Mayoma.
The reason why I was even saying anything about or trying to get the kick chat up there is because the other day I was looking back at our kick stream and somebody writes in there, "Is this live?" But we weren't reading the kick chat.
So it looked like we're not.
So it looked like we were just playing back something. I'm sure that person was probably like, "These motherfuckers ain't even live." They just.
Yeah, but I got news for them. We are.
Yeah.
We're very live.
So.
Live and direct.
In case you're wondering, yes, this is live. Guy from Kick. This is live.
We'll do it live.
Fuck it.
Mastodon Podcast episode 299. This is a big episode. This is a big episode because it's kind of the eve of 300.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the eve of 300. Shout out to Chris in the chat. But it's
cruising through Japan as we speak.
Who's cruising through Japan?
Chris.
He's in Japan right now?
Yeah, kinda.
Oh wait, is he playing a game?
Yeah.
What game is he playing?
Forza Horizon 6. It's based in Japan this year.
Oh, but of course.
Or this time around.
I should have known that was the game.
Yeah.
I know all about this gamer shit.
Shout out to Samuel for following us on Twitch. I wish I could read the Twitch chat right now. You might have said something in there. But yeah, Forza Horizon 6 just came out. For the people who got like the Ballin edition, you were able to play it early. Let me ask you a question. As somebody who doesn't play video games, how do you feel about that?
About what?
They sell a deluxe copy that comes with like a bunch of car packs or like cars that you could get in the game, like they like gift them to you, I guess. And it's a bunch of perks, but one of the perks, the one I would like to get your opinion on, is that you get to play the game early before everybody else. You get to play the game, I think, like 5 days early. Might have been even more than that.
So what do I think about having early access if you pay a higher premium?
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Okay.
I think giving people free stuff or extra stuff that you have to earn otherwise is corny.
Like pay to win, you think?
Pay to win or just pay to increase your experience in the game. That's whack. If they're going to give you early access, sure, give them early access. You know, I would even say, you know, if they pre-order it early enough, give them a little bit of early access and give them a break on the price. You know, something like that.
Oh, you want a discount? No,
yeah, I would say something. It's like a pre-sale for a concert or something, right? If you have access, that one is not even.
Yeah, but in this scenario, they're charging you.
They're charging you for the early access.
It's a part of the perks of buying the bundle and the deluxe edition. The deluxe edition is more.
The early access, I don't mind because who cares? You got to play it 5 days early. You paid for that. But if you get a car that would take me 6 months to earn through gameplay and stuff like that, and certain missions that need to be completed, and certain parts of the game that need to you know, that you need to access to or you need to beat, let's say, whatever, advance through the game, then that's corny. I don't go with that.
I don't know how
That's
the
whack.
car perks work. I don't know if you can get those versions of you could get those cars. I don't know if you could get those versions of those cars. But yeah, while we're on the topic, Forza Horizon 6 came out. I've been playing it.
What are you saying?
Forza Horizon.
Forza Horizon.
The game is called Forza.
Okay.
This is Forza Horizon 6. There's a Forza Motorsports, I think it's called.
Okay.
Or Forza Regular, which is just like racing around tracks. And then there's Forza Horizon, which is like an open world. So this one's based in Japan. So like you're driving around Japan and it's open world and you have to go to your races, missions, so on and so forth. And there's like little mini games in between that's not just racing to kind of break up the monotony of just like racing. But I think it's super cool. They've been working on it for a long time. It's been like heavily anticipated, especially because of the location, it being in Japan. And in addition to that, the game just looks like very good.
Yeah.
Looks like glorious. Does it sound like I'm in and out?
Yeah.
It's not that. It's not that.
Okay.
I know what it is.
What is it?
It's the gates too high, too low, because we changed the microphone settings. And when we changed them, I think that's why when I
think you need to talk really close into it to keep the gate from engaging.
You see? Yeah, exactly. I think that's what it is. And I said it last week to myself.
Okay.
I said it. Oh, I gotta just close, like leave the gate wide open. So it cuts that out. I don't know if they're hearing it though.
They would. 'Cause
I
it would be
assume.
part of the recording. Yeah, but
Yeah.
anyway, it's I'll let you know if it gets bad. But
Thank you.
yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So he's cruising around right now, so you could just drive around and explore the map.
You don't have to race anybody.
So you could just drive around and explore the map and go in that's pretty cool.
And it's open world, like you're with your friend. Like you could play with your friends too.
Oh
Like
man.
so you drive around, there's other people driving around too.
Oh, nobody's leaving the house this summer.
Yeah, it's super cool.
So it's called
Forza.
Horizon.
Yeah.
All right. Forza Horizon. Damn. I apologize to everybody for how ridiculously stupid I am when it comes to video games. I don't know
No, I don't
shit
think
about it.
This is all right. This Forza was Xbox's answer to
Gran Turismo?
Exactly.
Now Gran Turismo I know. Talk to me about Gran Turismo, like Gran Turismo 3? Come on, bro.
This is what has survived now. I don't think, from my perspective, Gran Turismo didn't really survive. Like
It was
because it's the kind of game it is. It's like you don't get to, it's not open world. Like Forza Horizon is like, it's not like all those, but also at the same time, they're two different games. One of them, you get to drive the world's best tracks with the world's fastest cars. The other one, open world, all the same cars, but it's like, it's not like you're not going to go.
It's like GTA, in terms of like a wide open map of a city or something, and you could just go around and explore.
But you're not going to be driving you're not going to be doing the Nuremberg Ring. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not going to be doing Laguna Seca or any of these like infamous racetracks.
Okay. Damn, that does sound pretty cool because I would do some shit like that. I would just sit down and drive around and be like, what is this? What's this like? And I'm sure the map is so detailed and so that you could never drive the whole thing and be everywhere and do everything. It's kind of like endless.
The map is crazy.
Is it accurate?
It's
like, have people said review-wise that it's accurate to the map, to the layout of the...
drawn to scale, like if it's...
Is it Japan, the country, or is it like Tokyo?
No, it's not just Tokyo.
It's Japan.
You go to the mountains and stuff like that. They have like the mountains. There's like snow terrain. There's like jungle terrain. I don't know if it's like for like with the country itself, but
Nah, that's fire though. I can't lie.
Yeah, Chris agrees. He says Forza is basically the only big racing game right now. Those type of games have too many licensing costs. There's usually only room for one king. Forza happens to win because Microsoft, I think. Yeah, and honestly, I think what saved Forza, why people chose Forza over Gran Turismo is because of the open world aspect. I think like going from race to race to race to race is really cool for people who are like hardcore enthusiasts, but not really for like everyday, like, Joe Schmo.
Yeah, I think it's kind of tough to imagine that people would just sit there and race over and over and over. Just, I think there needs to be, at this point, with the way that video games have evolved, you can't hold an audience with that very easily. I think it's so niche. This is going to open it up to all different kinds of people because I'm interested in the way you're describing this, and I don't play games at all.
Yeah, and it's not just racing, like I said. There's also like different, like I don't want to say mini games, but just different, like things that you could achieve, objectives and things like that.
All right. I mean, it sounds cool. So when did that drop? And is it going crazy? Are people?
It Friday. It came out. Friday it came out for people, and just like I think Forza Horizon 5, the last one, and it's been a couple years since that one came out. Maybe like 5-6 years. I think it was still like number 3 played game on Steam.
I have a question because this was a very, very dense weekend when it came to releases and traffic online about new releases. So you got this game going on, and then this week also you had Drake drop 3 albums in one night. Now, is it possible that there's Iceman songs in this game? Is there, like, in the premium package? In the premium package, could you bump some Iceman in, while you're driving?
They do have radio stations in the game with music, but I think it's all like license-free stuff or stuff that they license. There's no like real. I don't think there's real songs. I haven't. I usually turn the radio off anyways. I want to hear the sound of the automobile.
Yeah, that licensing has to be crazy. I mean, they're already licensing whatever Porsche and and all these names of these car manufacturers that I'm sure is costing them tons of money.
I will say,
and they're paying residuals or some shit like that to companies. I'm sure
there were games that did do it. Like I don't know if you remember Midnight Club when they used to have Little John.
Yeah.
Dude, they had like. I even think they had 3 6 Mafia songs. Like they had like a bunch of real songs. They had like ludicrous songs. And that's like, even when I hear those songs, I remember like me playing the game.
Yeah, I could even say, I want to say that Grand Theft Auto 3 had a Nas record in it. I want to say.
Maybe.
Or am I thinking of Vice City? That was like, push it to the limit.
Anytime I played any of those games, I always put that radio station where it was like more like comical and less music.
All right, so let's see. It dropped. The album's dropped today, I think. Last week was early act. Oh, he's talking about the game.
Yeah.
And there's a ton of real songs. And he said, and a ton of real genres in the game.
Okay, so I was wrong.
But he says, I don't think Drake is in it, though. Well, I'll tell you what.
Drake's too expensive.
Yeah, he's too expensive. But I'll tell you what the very interesting thing is about this. Because if you don't know, Drake was supposed to drop Iceman, right? He's been doing this. He froze out the tower in Toronto and shit. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That's pretty goddamn baller.
It's super baller.
Did you see the courtside seats at the game?
I will also say that no, but I will also say
they were covered in ice.
Yeah.
Like they looked frozen over the 2 seats that he sits in courtside. Prior to the drop of the album, like a few weeks back. That shit was hard. They were and there was nobody sitting in them. They were just frozen, and the camera was on them like, Iceman. This must be for Iceman, for Drake's album. And I was like, psh.
It's for the Raptors or what?
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't got a lot of them over there. No. So the big ones, they got to really push for them.
Well, they got a lot now.
They got a lot for them. But when you really think about it, Canada's fairly large.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of them.
Well, no, I'm talking about Toronto in general.
Toronto's don't got that many hitters.
Oh, they got some hitters. I think The Weeknd is from there. Drake is from, like, some of the heaviest hitters, like Tory Lanez. Like, there's a lot of guys.
They got a couple
that
guys
are big hitters, but I think some years down the road they're gonna have some big names coming out of there.
The guys they have are big.
Yeah, I mean,
there's just not a lot of them.
He's the biggest.
He is the biggest.
You think anybody gives a fuck who else is from Michael Jackson's hometown? Nobody gives a shit.
There's only one Big D, and there's video proof.
Low grip.
You know
what I'm saying? But
so I'll agree with that. He's the biggest.
Dude, he's the biggest, and I'm not gonna lie, bro.
I just feel like for the size of Canada, they should have more. There should be a Canadian genre, right? There should be like more of them.
They're busy playing hockey and shit.
You could fit them in a caravan.
Yeah, you might be able to.
Yeah, with Drake riding shotgun.
Oh yeah,
I'll give you The Weeknd.
I don't know if it's Toronto he's from, but I want to say
he could be. If he's from Canada, I'll even put him in.
Oh yeah, he's from Canada. For sure.
It's gonna be him, Drake, Justin Bieber, Celine Dion. Who else? Like who else is and not like
George St. Pierre
music? No. You see, that's how little bit. I'm not even trying to talk
No,
Canada.
You're not. But you're talking about in proportion with, you couldn't even name all the people from New York that have crushed. But
I could make multiple caravans right now. I could do like genres of like rappers who've been accused of stabbings.
You could do like a whole motorcade.
Yeah, dude, easy.
Yeah,
easy.
All right, fair enough. But he is, in my opinion, the biggest. Like,
he's the biggest, undoubtedly.
Bro, he dropped 3 full-length albums. I didn't one night.
And Iceman alone's like 18 tracks.
Dude, Iceman is kind of the spear. I mean the arrowhead, like the tip of the spear.
Yeah.
Right? That is what is really, really driving this drop. But the other ones are gonna hit too. I mean, they're different. One of them, what the hell was that album called?
The H.I.
Here, it's called Maid of Honor.
Maid of Honor.
So the Maid of Honor album is all kind of fast paced, kind of that calypso type of shit he does.
Yeah.
You know, where he starts talking about bossa da ting.
It sounds like if you took the Caribbean and put him in the future and like combined some techno with him.
Yeah, it
like
starts
House Caribbean.
Correct. It starts to sound insulting to, I'm sure, you know, island people. But this is what's funny.
No. That's you're funny. You're funny.
Yeah.
I'm funny. How? What do you mean funny?
Funny
like,
how? Funny how? Nah, but this other album, I got to be honest, I feel like a dumbass. What is this? Is this an acronym for something?
What is the acronym? I'm going to look it up. What's it? How's it spelled?
Habibti.
HIB.
IBTI. God, I probably sound like such a dumbass. They're like Crody. They're like Crody. Crody, you don't know Ting Dem? What that mean?
I don't know how you didn't know this, bro. This is obvious. It's pronounced Habibti.
Habibti.
Habibti. It's an Arabic term of endearment that translates to my love, my dear, or my darling. It is the feminine version of the word Habibi, which is
Habibi.
used to address a male.
Habibi, I've heard that.
Well, this is Habibti.
Well, Ting Dem.
Habibti Ting Dem Crody, how dare you?
I tell you, why they always start talking like that? You see now people are clowning that accent is crazy.
That's just not real. We've already talked about
this.
They
Chick
just
was
made
talking
that
to
up.
her man. She's like, my husband is from Toronto. She's like, you want to hear him? This is what he sounds like. She was like, say that you want to take the dog for a walk. He's like, I want to take the dog for the walk. She's like, yeah, they don't do all that stupid shit. She said, that's retarded. She said straight up, she said they're doing that on purpose. And of course, before she does this, because she did a sequence, like she kind of reacted to a video of this guy interviewing all these street people. And the guy was like, yo, man, me 20 crowdy, 22, some shitty, And she was like, what is that?
It's a bear ting.
She's like, why are they acting like
It's
that?
so weird.
She said that is completely intentional. They try to make up this British, Jamaican patois influenced. She's like, that. Nobody talks like that. That's intentional.
At least in England, there's people from the Caribbean.
Yeah, well, there's people there too, I'm sure. They.
You know what? I have no idea what goes on in Canada. I just assume they're all natural born Canadians.
Like, there's a lot of Jamaicans in England, like a big.
Yeah, is there a lot of Jamaicans?
Bro, Top Boy, that's where he was hiding out.
I know.
When the show starts, he's hiding out in Jamaica.
Is there a lot of Jamaicans in
Toronto?
Because there can't be a lot of Jamaicans in New York, a lot of Jamaicans in England, Jamaicans in Jamaica, and in Toronto, right? I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? Origin.
Is it a fierce ting
of the Toronto
accent?
Yeah, that's what I'm.
They just made that shit up.
Props of the Toronto accent. Let's see. The Toronto accent, formerly known as Multicultural Toronto English, or MTE. Oh, look at this. AI is on it, bro. Stems from the city's rich immigrant history. It originated in the 1970s and 80s when dense, diverse inner-city and suburban neighborhoods brought together massive waves of Caribbean, Somali, and Middle Eastern, whatever that word is, diaspora? Linguists and researchers trace the dialect's development through a few key cultural and mental retardation phonetic influences. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I shouldn't say that. But a few key cultural and phonetic influences. So I don't know. So it's Caribbean, Jamaican patois, East African, Middle Eastern Arabic, and grammar and phonetics. Like ting. It says ting.
Does it say ting?
It says ting on here.
Yeah. I don't know, Crody.
Such as mans to replace I. Like mans in the street. Like that. You or they. So mans could replace I, you, or they. God, my pronouns.
Whoa.
My pronouns just mans.
Yeah. Mans need a drink? Is that it's like
does that mean me or am I asking you?
I don't know. It depends on the inflection, right? You really gotta listen.
Does that mean I'm thirsty or they're thirsty? What if I say man's one around.
Hey,
and
I
they
asked
buy
you.
drinks for them over there. And I'm like, no, man's here.
Yeah, you guys say no. If you're talking about them, you guys say men's them.
Man's them.
Man's them.
Mans.
Dem. DEM. Man's them.
So is man's, as in
Man's.
I automatically understood, I just say man's. And they're like,
That's you.
And they're waiting for the
Yeah,
them.
if you say men's them, that's men's them over there.
That's man them.
Yeah.
And then you could drop the S off like a Puerto Rican and you could just say man them.
Man them.
We just figured it out.
Yeah.
Yo, we just bounced that shit.
Man's them bear
Oh.
youth.
Man's them bear youth. 2 twos to my crodies. That's what Chris wrote in the chat.
That's too funny.
Yo, I hope he's not getting me in some street shit over here. I'm just reading the
What's
chat.
that mean? That's some Canadian jail shit. Yo,
I'm just reading the chat.
Yeah, I'm sure they're super gangsta over there, but when
Oh
I be
yeah,
seeing them,
they chef you up.
no, they definitely do. But when I see them, it's so hard to believe because it's just different kind of gangsters. I know. Don't. I get
Bro.
it. I'm pussy.
You haven't seen none
but
of this
when
shit?
you see the Canadian, like,
I'm
when you
pussy.
see them talking shit to each other, I be like, yo, y'all are so sweet. It seems like this is not, but I know they be killing each other.
Yo, oh yeah, they're crazy over
But
there.
it's just funny to listen to them. It's like it doesn't seem like it's super gangsta.
Yeah,
Because
it
it's-
sounds like crime going on in a nursery rhyme.
Exactly.
Like in a nursery
yeah,
book.
Yeah,
But
yeah. But I know they're killers.
this guy did a whole video. I can't believe I didn't send you these. This guy did a video of what happens you getting robbed by a guy with a Toronto accent. And he's just laughing while the guy's like, man, them no games, bro. and shit. And he's like, yo, stop. Stop it. He's like, come on.
I like it when Drake throws it on every once in a while.
Yeah, he did that a couple times on this album. He definitely did it on that Calypso shit, on the Maid of Honor album. He's definitely like, man, them, ting them, bring that back. You know, he's doing all that kind of shit.
All them tings them.
All the tings them. Wait, so it's tings them,
Tings them.
not tings we?
No.
No, tings I.
If
No,
you say
just
mans.
tings. Mans. Man them.
Man, them thirsty. Like if you were telling like your girl to get your friends a drink, that's how you would say it.
Be like, man them thirsty.
Yeah. What do they call their women?
Gerbers.
Gerber.
Nah, they definitely say that word, but I
They
think
do
that's
say
an
it.
insult.
That's an insult.
I think it's an insult.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I just hear him Gerber fam.
Yeah, I don't know. You've said Gerb
You a Gerber fam.
enough. It's so, dude.
Bang ting to them crodies.
I could do 2 hours on the Canadian accent.
Yo, I know. I could too. But anyway, back to the album. So he drops these 3 albums in one night, and I'm like, this is crazy. I'm like, he definitely mailed it home on these albums. Yeah. He had to. He definitely mailed it in.
I feel like these are just like, I feel like he's got 100 songs, and he's like, let's pick 60 of these and make an album, make 3 albums.
But they're completely different projects.
Yeah.
You know, one of them is that, you know, that Calypso, Ting Them type of thing. And the other one is Iceman, which is a rap album.
Yeah. One of them is I Need Them and Dance.
And then Habibti
Yeah.
is kind of R&B-ish kind of. It's kind of, you know, it's definitely for the Habibtis.
I thought it would be
saying
like
it's not for the Habibis. Nah.
I thought they were gonna have an Arab fucking.
That's what you thought.
That's well, based on the name. Now I thought it was the
guys are
title's
gonna-
in Arabic.
They were going to have guys snake charming and shit on a hockey rink.
I thought for sure there was gonna be a dude with a cobra, like sitting on top of a hockey puck, and he's blowing through a fucking stick, or as they call them, twigs.
Serving a bunch of dishwater in a newspaper.
There's syrup leaking from the fucking hockey goal. We got to stop with the
Hilarious.
Canadian
Yeah.
insults.
Yeah, we're just joking. But the album was fire. I thought Iceman was fire. The other two are what they are. They might not be for me necessarily, but I'll revisit them. But the crazy thing is, I said, who drops 3 albums? And he put work into all 3 of them. It's not like one was, you know, they're all well done in Drake fashion. So I'm like, why would he drop 3? So I'm like, what is this? I'm like, wait a minute. This guy talked on the album a few times about independence, right? And I'm like, he got
Oh, you think he's just getting his albums out?
he got the Michael Jackson glove on the front with all rhinestones and shit, the hand. And, you know, Mike went independent. And I'm like, maybe he finished up his record deal with Universal Music Group by dropping these 3 albums. He might have fulfilled all his commitments. I looked it up. Sure enough, that's what it is. So now it's rumored that he's setting up to be like the biggest independent artist ever. But then through this rabbit hole, I end up stumbling upon a clip of Joe Budden, the Joe Budden podcast. And he's talking about how he's worried for Drake.
Why?
Because he says, who are the kind of artists that, went independent at his level? Or people could argue they're bigger than him, whatever. But he's the biggest artist in the world, besides Bad Bunny. You got Drake and Bad Bunny. Who else is like that?
Yeah, I could agree with that.
You know, I think those have to be pretty much the biggest artists on earth right now. I mean, Taylor Swift. And even so, I think she's just American.
Yeah.
You know, she's just, like, these guys are transcending countries and language and shit like that. But Taylor Swift might be too. I don't know. But
I don't think they're listening to her in Chile.
Nah, but they're definitely tinging them up there.
They're tinging them and they're fucking perreando.
That's for sure. For sure. So, yeah, for him to become that, and Joe Budden saying, who is it? Michael Jackson, Prince. You know, these guys that were huge and then went independent and then mysteriously passed away. I mean, it comes out that Michael Jackson was being sedated with propofol. It's fucking anesthesia.
Didn't he want it, though?
That's what they say, that he wanted it, and this doctor worked for him and stuff like that.
That shit gets you high?
Bro, it puts you unconscious. This guy...
Yeah, but if you take a little bit and you fight it, does it get you all fucked up?
I'm sure there's a dosage that will fuck you up, but that's not what he was doing with it.
What was he doing with it?
He was having the guy put him to sleep every night for bedtime. So he was just going to bed like, okay, it's time for night-night.
That's just rich people shit.
Bro, you cannot put... You know how dangerous general anesthesia is?
Yeah, you don't got $1 billion. You don't tell me when I got $1 billion and I need to be put down... I need to be put down. No, I got a big day in the morning.
It's just how it's not restful sleep. Well, you're not being put into REM sleep. You're just being put into standby.
There's a gang of broke motherfuckers doing it with Xanax.
Well, oh shit. Well, Xanax might be, you know,
people do it before they get. People do that with Xanax before they just took a flight. What did Drake say?
Yeah, but that's not propofol. They're completely. Like,
I know because.
You mean they're taking too much? They're overdoing it. If you microdose it.
He don't got propofol money. That's why he's talking about doing, you know, Xanax on the plane. But if you really got money, you on the private jet with the profi.
Yeah, but it's not even legal. Like, you can't just be putting someone out with propofol. Bro, no. Like, no. You can't just be...
But could it be that it's just some rich person shit?
Oh, it could be, but it's illegal. Like, this guy is like, oh, yeah, I was being paid by... I think he was
getting put to bed every day?
Every single night. That was this doctor's job. That was his only job. He could do whatever the fuck he wants. And then come nighttime, you come, and he was getting like $100,000 a month. Some shit like that. He was paying this guy to just be available to put him to sleep when he wants to go to sleep. And the guy was just putting him out. And then apparently one night, he just gave him too much or something. But it's funny how that happens once Michael Jackson... has all of his masters. He bought all the masters from the Beatles. He owned all the Beatles music.
That's crazy.
He owned it. You know, what happened is, I think, I'm not going to say this. This will be on the Patreon, what I'm going to say. But
Yeah.
You know. Dangerous game.
Yeah.
And then Prince,
because those albums were promised to them 3,000 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then Prince talked about it, too. Prince talked about it, and then Prince dies. He, like, ODs or something on a airplane related to Medicaid prescription meds.
The problem is these motherfuckers all got, like, pre-existing conditions.
Yeah.
Pre-existing addictions.
Well, I don't know if it's that necessarily, because you got to remember, this is a big move. Like Kanye talks about it. They got doctors in their pockets. So it's like, oh, you need a therapist. You need to see a therapist. The therapist works for them. And the therapist talks to you and goes, yeah, no, I get it. This, that. These will help.
You got to sleep more.
It's
you can't go to bed?
Yeah, it's a long play. So to me, it's just overall generally weird. Like Joe Budden was talking about it, and he said, you can't be this big and then say, okay, I'm opting out of the game. You pay too many people's bills for you to keep putting out music, and they own it, and they keep getting more of it. And, because now he could do whatever he wants. The popularity he built for himself under Universal Music Group, now he's just like, I'm going to do my own stadium tour. And they're like, wait, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You're going to do what? We're not getting paid off of that? No, my contract's up. Bro, this means you're not splitting your money with the fucking major label anymore. Yeah. Dude, he is probably an eighth of how rich he would be. And that's probably generous. If he wasn't having to pay off these labels and, and give them their splits.
At the same time, they put in a ton of work too. The guy just put out 3 albums. Like, that's a lot of fucking manpower that I'm sure the label is providing him with.
Oh, yeah, but you got to also know that his label is like a subsidiary, I think.
Isn't he like triple signed?
Some weird shit. They're complicated deals. Trust me, these guys, half of him understands what gets done in his music business. Half of him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but anyway, if you don't have to cut these guys in on these tours and shit like that, bro, they're not going to take kindly to that. But anyway, he's possibly out of his recording contract and dropping heat, bro.
You see Trump use his song for some kind of like ice edit they did. And he used the Iceman song over it.
Did he give him like a cease and desist or something?
Maybe it went super viral though.
That's funny. Did you see how they redid the artwork?
No,
bro. The White House put out on their real social media account. It's the Iceman cover. You seen the Iceman cover?
Yeah.
It's that glove, that diamond studded glove, bro. It's holding an iced out MAGA chain. And they put that out. They put it out on their social media. I was like, oh, so of course everyone's going insane. Everybody's going crazy. People are offended, and then other people are like, it's not that big a deal. And then other people are like, this is fire. So if they hit, this is the most broad spectrum type of advertising. I bet you Drake's involved in this. I'm sure he's involved in it. They were probably like, listen, we'll do this, we'll do that, we'll let you whatever.
It's so divisive.
Yeah, it's got to be, man. And it's just, but that's crazy that he used, what song did he use?
I think it was like that, the single off of it.
No, bro, that's hilarious. Gyal. Chris Rowe, Gyal.
Gyal dem. But yeah, I don't know. It's dude,
that's wild.
It's politics is such a fucking joke.
Yeah, I'm so fucking out of it, dude. At this point, I'm like, I don't listen to anything.
They've overwhelmed me. That's it. They can do whatever they want now because I'm overwhelmed with information, and it's like now I don't care anymore. It's all white noise now.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
They talked about doing this federal fucking pausing the federal tax on oil. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
It was a headline I read. I don't know if it's going to happen.
I think
because the price of fucking oil's through the fucking roof. They fucking when we got Venezuela, they said it was ours. We were supposed to get all this oil. They said Cuba's next. I thought I'd be fucking giving away oil. I thought there'd be barrels be sent to my house, and I wouldn't know what to do with all the oil we had.
Yeah,
I thought that they were going to be paying me to store oil in my fucking backyard. That's how much oil I thought we were going to get. And now they've got this fucking, they're blocking off this avenue on some ocean.
I don't even, I think they're blocking a canal.
They're blocking a canal, and all of a sudden the oil prices are through the roof again?
Yeah.
Coincidence? I think not.
Yeah, I think not.
We can't escort the fucking oil through?
I mean, we could if helping us was the real goal. That's the problem, is helping us is not the actual goal.
They can't get it through the fucking streets of Vajaj, whatever the fuck that place is called. It's got some weird name that gets said all the time. I never remember it.
Habibti. So I don't know. It's fucked up, man, because it's in a bad way and it doesn't seem to be getting any better. So That's why I'm just like, I'm listening to Iceman. I'm going to go back to train. You know, what else are you going to do but control the shit in your everyday
we're
life?
out of control, dude. We can't control it.
You ain't doing shit.
All you could do is when you go to a gas station, you could say, man, this sucks. And you can tell yourself that if you would have voted in the other direction, this wouldn't have happened. Or you could blame the people who voted in for the right, but it doesn't really matter, right?
You know,
it changes nothing.
There's a Mark Twain quote. I think it's Mark Twain that said it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
If voting made a difference, they wouldn't let us do it.
That sounds like Bobby Twain to me. And it sounds like some prolific shit.
Yeah, they wouldn't be down with that. They'd be like, wait. We need this and that. But
there's a reason why they're all 96 years old.
Yeah, they're all 96 years old and they're all fucking 100 millionaires.
Yeah, it's like, what are we saying here?
You see, though, who's the Somali one?
The Minnesota one?
The chick.
Yeah, she's from Minnesota, isn't she?
I don't know. I forget.
She's
crooked as hell and she's mad corrupt and she's involved in mad
like
crime. I think she's a congresswoman or some shit like that. She's something like that. It's a shame I don't know, but
the Somali one. That's crazy for us to say.
That's what she is. That's where she's from.
It sounds funny.
Yeah. She married her brother or some shit for a green card or for like some shit like that.
What?
Yeah, it's rumored. I shouldn't say she did, but it's very firmly rumored that they're trying to investigate it and see.
They're up there with the fucking president of France's wife being a dude.
Yeah, it might be something that's real and it might be something that's not, but it's just hard to disprove or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But she, what was I saying about her?
You were talking about the Somali government
lady. Oh, about the money. So apparently she reported her net worth as like $30 million or something like that. And then she blames the account. She's like, oh, that was just a mix-up. She's like, it's actually like 300,000. It was just like a decimal. And the government's like, okay.
We believe you.
Like, sure. They're like, accidents happen.
Yeah.
And then the other people, like independent journalists, are saying, wait, what?
Yeah, but they'll just bury those independent journalists.
Yeah.
They'll bury all those articles. Just like, listen, until they do something about all the insider trading, I know that, like, this is never going to fucking be resolved. And I don't think, like, anybody in there or even close to getting there is going to be the one to fix it. No. I don't think it's going to be.
They do it too. Everybody gets in and does it. So why would they fix it? Why would they fix it? If you got into government, this is the thing. I feel like a lot of people, might want to get into it for the right reason. But as soon as you get elected or something, you walk into a room and those guys are like, hey, this whole thing about how we say it goes down, it's not really how it goes down. Sit down. You like this? It's like training day. You remember when he's like, yeah, what'd you do? He's like, yeah, I bought a new house and shit like that. He's like, yeah. He's like, what about you? He's like, my kid's college or whatever. And he's like, yeah. And he's just asking them all what they gained from the crooked shit they were doing. So I'm sure these guys are doing the same thing. Like, what? Just bought my third property, second one out of the country.
Yeah.
It's it. The other guy's like, I got an island. And they bring a bunch of kids there, and they're like, listen to this guy, and then that's just what they do. And then you just get told, like, listen, you really can't stop it. You might as well take care of and make generational difference in your life. So just all you have to do is shut the hell up and sign what we tell you to sign. Yeah. And you'll have like $40 million in the next 5 years.
Crazy,
simple,
dude. Did you see, speaking of $40 million, did you see what the fighters got paid this weekend? This weekend there was a Netflix MMA event where Ronda Rousey was Ronda Rousey versus
Kat Zingano
was the main event. Co-main was Francis Ngannou versus another gentleman. Did you see the fighters pay?
I saw some of them. I know I saw Mike Perry and Nate Diaz, I think I saw. Did I see that, or am I talking about? No, I'm lying. I saw Khamzat and Sean Strickland's pay from the UFC event, which Khamzat got over $3 million and Sean Strickland got $1 million. So I thought that was crazy. I can't believe there's not a winners. Those numbers don't flip with the outcome.
So Ronda Rousey got $2.2 million.
That's a decent payday. And what Kat get?
She got $1 million.
Damn, that's crazy that's less of a difference than Khamzat and Sean Strickland.
Nate got $500,000.
Wow. What'd Mike Perry get?
400 grand.
I was going to say 3.
Now, here's the interesting one to me. Francis Ngannou,
Yes.
co-main event.
Okay. I say Francis Ngannou probably made the most money. Did Francis get like 4 million?
1.5 million.
1.5. Okay.
Now, let me ask you a question. How much would I have to pay you? How much would I have to pay you to fight Francis?
How long's the fight?
It's what we just had.
Like
Let's
it's
say
an
15
MMA
minute,
fight?
Yeah, 15 minute. Yeah.
Like 5-minute rounds?
5-minute rounds.
Jesus Christ. Depends how my medical insurance is at the time I take the fight.
Yeah. Give me a number. How much do you think?
Yo, I would fight that guy for probably a couple 100,000, bro.
A couple 100,000, right?
I would fight him for a couple 100,000 because that would solve a lot of my problems. And I don't think he's going to kill me. I think that I would just go down.
I think I'd be very hurt, but I don't think I'd be dead.
Yeah.
I feel the same way, a couple 100,000.
I think he'd really injure me, but I think once I recover, I'll probably come out with at least 100,000 after I cover my medical costs and shit.
Okay, so what do you think they should have paid this guy, Felipe Lins? What do you think they should have paid him?
Was he an actual fighter?
Yeah, he was a fighter. Most certainly wasn't a podcaster.
What should they have paid him?
Podcaster.
I say I have to go off of what they paid Nate and paid Mike Perry. So I would say they would have had to maybe give this guy 200,000.
100 grand. 100 grand to fight Francis fucking Ngannou. No fucking way. 100 grand to fight the scariest dude alive who weighed in 30 pounds heavier than him.
Dude, that would clear my student loans. And I still have something to probably help me pay the dorm of the house or something.
Oh, so you're in for 100 grand?
But they're taxing that 100,000, right? Is this taxed?
Of course, he's getting 45 grand.
Where'd they fight?
Vegas, I think.
I got to see the Vegas income tax.
I don't know. I think they fought in Vegas.
Yeah, I got to see what the Vegas income tax is because, 100,000 is not enough.
They fought in a basketball stadium.
100,000 is not enough because if you
crazy
factor in
me.
taxes, even if it's a conservative state that's not taking a lot of tax, you're still going to get hammered. I'd say his best outcome is he comes out with 70 grand.
Dude, you're barely paying your fucking your coach, your training camp.
Yeah, 70 grand. You're not buying a nice ass SUV.
You're not even gonna get it. Your pro trainer is not gonna be there because he can't afford to you can afford to pay him.
Yeah,
you're gonna be taking most of your purse. That's a shame. Even Nate getting fucking 500 grand. He said it. He was like, "This isn't." He goes, UFC's offered me more than this to fight, but I think it's also like these guys, and it's Netflix. It's not like they don't have the money.
Let's keep it a buck, man. Nate can't hang with the guys that are in the UFC now. They'd really hurt him. There's nobody that he could fuck with in the UFC that's at his weight. There's nobody. You give him an unranked number 20 ranked person in the weight class.
That's not why he's doing it, because
he's
in
not.
his mind, he thinks he can beat them.
No, he knows he can't. He knew Mike Perry was beating the shit out of him 20 seconds into that fight. He knew what time it was. He was like, oh, I'm getting my ass beat.
I got to rewatch it. Somebody told me that people are saying that there's right in the beginning of the fight, there's an opportunity where there's a split second where Nate could have heel hooked him, but it appears to have let it go in order to let the fight go on longer.
No, you think so? Nah, I think Mike Perry was just exploding up out of everything. I think Nate can't hold him. Not that early.
Dude, he's a fucking animal.
Nate can't hold. Dude, that's like trying to fucking leg lock a Wolverine. Like, good luck, dude.
I also think it was like the whole entire card was like a fucking, like, I guess good on Netflix for doing an MMA card, but it was like a UFC fucking retirement reject night. Like, I after watching it, I was like, you guys hyped this. How did I let you guys convince me this was going to be a good card?
Yeah, no, it's just I already have Netflix, and I'm just a fight fan degenerate.
Yeah,
so I'm going to watch anything that you put on there. You tell me there's a fight, I don't care. If you put Bellator on Netflix,
I wish.
You bring that shit back, I'm watching it. You put Pride on it. You put old Pride fights on there. You put old K1 kickboxing. I'm going to watch that shit.
Yeah, you could put Tortoises fighting on there and I'd watch it. But I just think it's like for the amount of money that Netflix has, this is a big company. UFC's big, but Netflix is big. It's like real big. Netflix has fuck you times 12 money.
Yeah.
They could buy UFC probably 3 times.
But it's not their business. It's not good business to pay people more than they're willing to fight for. So that's where the negotiation comes in, and Nate settled at $500. I'm sure they were willing to pay him $2 million.
No, but don't get Nate. Take that $2 million and get somebody else. They could recreate that White House card. They could literally take all those fighters and pay them out, pay out their contracts, and just recreate that card on Netflix. That's how much money Netflix has.
Dana White wouldn't even. It would crush his business model if he allowed that to happen. As much money as he would make.
Netflix has so much money that they could just pay all those guys whatever lawsuits is going to come from them, and they could just pay out every single one of those guys. They could take every single UFC fighter if they wanted to.
Yeah, no, but the thing is that they really can't because Dana has like bulletproof contracts. You know, you're not allowed to do that. He would just be like, okay, you could take him and pay him whatever. I'm suing everybody. And you're going to give me everything you made off my fighter. Like he has these guys locked down. Like they're in a no-compete clause and shit like that. If you're on the Ultimate Fighter and you end up not getting picked, like you can't fight for another promotion for like fucking 5 years.
That's crazy.
You're just
that part.
Yeah.
Well, I will listen. I'll agree with that portion that they couldn't do that. I'm exaggerating. But the truth is like they could have found better fighters.
Yeah, it's not like Liv in the PGA. They could definitely find more fighters for sure. But there's a lot of work,
and they could also
that means they know the business of MMA. They don't know the business.
They could hire somebody that knows the business. They could have They could have paid for a more successful event.
Maybe a more successful event.
They had a bunch of people who this one bitch hadn't fought in 20 years.
Dude, you can't find anybody that runs an MMA promotion like Dana White. That is the guy.
Dana White does a great job, but
if he leaves the UFC, the UFC crumbles.
But the problem is that the argument is that no, they don't get paid enough. Netflix could pay all these guys enough.
Yeah, but
they could have gotten different fighters.
But it's a whole business. It's its own business. The Netflix doesn't do that. That'd be like somebody with that owns an urban air place with trampolines and stuff like that should also get into a gun range type of thing too because there's an opportunity and they have the money to do it. It's like
they're getting into live sporting events. You'll see what they're doing right now with wrestling. Every fucking week there's a new fucking WrestleMania on the top 10.
Well, you know, that, and what are they? Are they licensing old ones or is this new?
Now, WWE,
like
one of their shows is on Netflix exclusively.
Yeah. And again, that is like a self-running thing. It's already set up. It's not based on Dana White, right? This isn't based on Vince McMahon anymore. That thing is its own thing and it's running. You know, you need Dana White or else there'd be other MMA promotions that were competing.
It just that the UFC is just too mainstream, and other people just haven't gotten into it. There are other big MMA promotions. They're just not big mainstream, and they're not big in America. But there's
one.
Yeah,
one is the biggest competitor, and even they know what their niche is. Like Netflix does movies, TV shows. I'm sure there's venture into gaming. Events. Yeah, getting into sporting events. But I'm sure this has been a long time coming.
Look at it. They've done multiple boxing events.
And yeah, they've done multiple boxing events. But
now they're doing wrestling every week.
Yeah,
it's not unlikely to think that they a little, just a tip.
But they're not getting the best boxers. They're not getting good boxers.
I feel like the boxers they got are better than. I feel like all I'm saying is
they're not getting the names that they got for MMA. They're not going and getting, let's say.
Who was your last boxing event? I thought it was a big card.
I think it was Jake Paul, wasn't it?
Might have been.
Am I crazy?
All I'm saying is that for the amount of money Netflix have, I feel like they should have got a better batch of fighters. I feel like they tricked everybody into thinking this is going to be a good card. It wasn't a good card.
And also, I think that MMA, there's a real desire, and it's truly competitive. Guys are trying to get to the top of the sport, and I think that it's still very new. I mean, MMA started in the early 90s. Think about that shit. It started in our lifetime.
That's crazy.
Boxing's been around since the fucking 20s or something. It's like, this sport is still in its infancy, so that martial arts idea of guys still wanting to be the best is still there. So I think a lot of these guys don't want to burn their bridge with the UFC, because they want to be champion, to go and fight on Netflix for $1 million or $2 million. I don't think that they're going to do that. I mean, think about it. Not many guys come over to the UFC from other promotions. The UFC grows their own fighters. There's not many. I mean, you're talking about guys like Ben Askren.
They don't come over from the big ones.
Yeah, they just don't come over. Like, Dana White has no interest really in guys, unless you're huge, in guys that are from another promotion. He's like, nah, I got my own guy. I'll bring them up through the Contender Series. I bring them up through the Ultimate Fighter. It's like a whole vertically
smaller promotions. He doesn't get any of the big ones.
Yeah, it's like a whole local promotions. It's like a whole vertically integrated system. He's like, I'm gonna give you your break. You'll have loyalty to me forever. And then this, and that's where guys want to go.
How much is UFC worth? Can you look it up?
UFC. $11.3 to $12.3 billion.
What about Netflix? I want to see if they could buy the UFC.
$376 billion.
Maybe they just pick them up,
Yeah, I mean, but that would have to do with them selling. I mean, there's a lot in the way of them selling, and there's a lot of pride involved in the UFC. It was the first ever. It was this. It was that. It's Dana. Like, the Fertitta brothers sold that shit. They were ready to go. Those are business guys. Dana White is an MMA fan. He is the UFC. When he leaves, trust me, the UFC is going to be watered down. It's going to be trash. It's going to have a board of fucking people that sit up there and they're like, we need to have LGBTQ plus friendly fights.
I don't want them to.
And it's going to get weird. They're going to be like, furries, we're next in the furry division.
Everybody does say that once Dana leaves, the UFC is going to go to shit.
It's over. It's over. So, I don't know. Well, but yeah, they probably could have done better. I just don't know what direction would have been better. Where were they going to get better fighters? The best fighters are under contract. To get people to watch it, like, we're hardcore fans. We would watch it and be like, up-and-coming fighters.
They could have got people like
who?
Jorge Masvidal.
I mean, Jorge Masvidal's not really in fighting shape, and he's got his own promotion. Why would he go fight for another promotion? He's trying to grow that game-bred fight promotion. So going to fight for another promotion doesn't really make sense.
It's a one-fight deal.
But still, you're bringing eyes to MVP. Why would you go to the MVP promotion when you have your own? Don't you believe in your product? Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, you don't, if you're putting out a Twisted Tea.
But he's already talked about fighting and taking fights in the UFC. So it's he doesn't do that.
But the UFC is different.
He wouldn't fight in his own promotion because it's bare knuckle, right?
Yeah, but I mean, he's growing that right now. Like, that's where his attention is. To break away from that and do a fight camp.
Yeah, he's not growing that shit. He's the face of that fucking company. That nigga's not I don't think he's.
But he's got to be available for events and shit like that.
Yes, but he could train for a fight. I'm sure that nigga's fucking bitches in Miami having a great time. I don't think that nigga's in the office every day.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe you're right.
Maybe you're right.
That's so funny I say the same.
It's and even him, he's just the first guy I thought of.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know who.
Most of the good fighters that we want to see that are a name are under contract. They're under contract somewhere. It's these guys are a name, but they're no longer under contract strictly like that because they're damn near.
Has to be better ones. These girls have fought. None of these girls have fought in the last decade.
They're the only fighters that they can get like that, dude.
It has to be. This is impossible that Ronda Rousey, maybe her. Even her, it's like, fuck,
I mean, nobody really.
Amanda Nunes?
Trust me, nobody wants to watch it, but even less people want to watch. Think about it. Think about Netflix willing to invest money in an MMA event with unknown up-and-coming fighters.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Ronda Rousey versus...
you think they could have done like Yoel Romero or something versus... Because you see him in the bare-knuckle shit. He's knocking dudes out.
I think he's a
all right,
good one.
that's a good example.
Amanda Nunes.
Amanda Nunes under UFC contract. She's coming back, I think.
She's not. If she might be. We don't know that because she's technically retired.
Yeah, but Dana's
They could have put Henry Cejudo in there. They could have put the other guy, Kamaru Usman, in there.
But Dana don't play with this shit, and people know that. If you go and you start fighting for another promotion, then you come back, he's like, no, I'm glad you... Listen, hold on. He's like, I'm glad you did that, but you can't come back here.
They got enough money. Netflix has enough money to not make that a concern.
It's not financial for a lot of these guys. These guys are fighters. It's a reason why. It's not just financial.
It's all financial.
It's not just financial.
100%. These guys have already proven it. You think Kamaru Usman has anything to prove? The dude's a multiple-time world champion.
But
he's gonna go. You talking about guys that are fighting influencers?
But
they don't care about. But
listen, these guys have other jobs. You're talking about a guy that does analyzing and stuff like that. He does reporting, like he calls shit. Like these guys are still under certain contracts.
He'll stop doing all that shit if Netflix pays him enough.
You can't just leave a contract.
Of course they can.
Stop it.
Why can't they?
Because that's what a contract is.
So what, are they going to force him to do it?
No, he could leave.
A contract's a piece of paper they have to enforce in court.
It's not a fucking restraining order. You leave, sure you leave, but Dana White has the money to just be, but listen, they still have to pay. You can't just breach a contract. It's a lot of money and shit like that. And Dana might be like, I'm not giving up the contract. I'm not willing to dissolve the contract.
These guys aren't fighters. You're assuming that they're under the UFC fighting contract.
I'm
as
assuming.
You said it, they're commentators.
Yeah.
Nobody's telling fucking DC that he can't fight.
Well, we don't.
DC just did a rival fucking Russian show for money.
Yeah, well.
The same people that you're referring to that are too prideful to go or that have too much of a bond, he literally did a show.
But that's not the guy I'm talking about. That is a non-fighter. But I'm like, there's got to be some kind of contract. He's probably like, yeah, you could do a show like mine in another country. Yeah, you could do that.
Wrong. He didn't even know he was doing it. They told Dana White and during an interview how he felt about DC and John Jones. DC, a UFC employee, doing the fucking Russian version of
Ultimate Fighter.
The Ultimate Fighter. And he was like, DC's doing what? And they were like, yeah, he's doing the and to your point, they didn't seem too happy about it. But guess what? DC's still a UFC fucking commentator. He's still employed by them.
Yeah, but
doing multiple shows with them, and he did what would be this exact same scenario.
I'm just saying Dana White is a very good businessman, and neither of us know the contracts, but we know we have common sense, right? So we're like, would he not have anything drafted anywhere or have any conversations with anybody off the record that says you can't go really work with another company, whether directly or not? That's working for his competitor. If you're doing a fight, if you're talking a contract, he might be like, sure, you can do it. I mean, nothing in the contract says you can't, but nothing in the contract says I ever have to give you work again either. So these people aren't worth Netflix being like, you know what? Fuck Dana White. Here's $10 million. That's not going to happen. A lot of these guys have a lifestyle. They have things that they are on the teat of the UFC, and there's something in there that says you can't just go do whatever you want.
They can't be contracted. Like, I'm not, like I said, I don't think that common sense would tell me that the commentator on the UFC, which I don't think Henry Cejudo is a commentator for the UFC, and I don't think Kamaru Usman is either.
Kamaru Usman does like the whatever, the catch-ups and shit like that, like the post-fight shit and stuff like that. But
I don't think that the whatever fucking contract they're under to do that is prohibit them from fighting for another organization, especially considering the fact that him specifically has fought for a different organization.
Yeah, but it might not be worth it for him to get in a whole fight. They're not going to give him $5 million.
But that's essentially what my point is that Netflix has enough money to give these guys that $5 million, right? That isn't a lot of money to them.
But that's not going to bring the return on investment. That's not going to pull all these people in to watch it. It's Kamaru Usman. What's he going to get us? Another million views?
I'd rather Ronda Rousey. He's more relevant in current times, and he's bigger.
But maybe not. I mean, Ronda Rousey, but to us he is. Ronda Rousey goes back far enough to pull in some extra people from each age group and shit like that. And I think that they could, if it comes to what they're willing to spend versus what they're willing to get, this might be some better bang for their buck for the return on the investment.
Francis Ngannou is the only guy on this card. Francis Ngannou and Nate Diaz are the only guys who are bringing in, like, people. Ronda Rousey, I don't think. The other one, most people don't even know. The girl that she fought.
She's done a lot. Carano. Gina Carano. I said Kat Zingano. No, it's Gina Carano. Yeah, I'm sorry. That was the wrong fighter I said earlier. She's known for other shit to a lot of casuals and shit. Like, she did The Mandalorian and shit.
No idea who she is.
Yeah.
And she hasn't fought in 20 years.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Ronda Rousey, I guess she had a short stint where she was very good. She lost 2 fights and then, like, was never seen again.
Anyway, let me ask you something. For viewing these, would they make any more money? We're already subscription members. So would they make any more money from more?
Well, the idea is, I think they
got new subscribers.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe got new subscribers. Yeah. Maybe ad dollars based on view counts.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying. I just think they have so much money.
I just think for the amount of money that they seem to be willing to spend, this was probably the best they could put together.
Oh, well, if we're working within a budget, then yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's probably what it was. They were like, It's our first one. Let's take it easy and see how it goes.
Yes. Yeah.
So I think that was probably the mindset if I really had to guess, but we're way over the hour. Oh no, we're not. 10 minutes over. But
that's
yeah, but anyway, we could probably end on that, but it's
either way, I think we agree that the card, and that's me too.
I was disappointed. And it's crazy because I knew it was going to go every single way it went. I wish that I could have bet on that on DraftKings. I was like, Francis Ngannou's going to get a knockout. Ronda's going to get a submission, and Mike Perry's going to stop him via TKO. I literally predicted all of those before I watched it.
Yeah.
But I just didn't bet on it because I didn't watch it live. I watched it after. But before it went live,
unfortunately.
Before it went live, I made these choices. I was like, yeah.
The terrible production, too.
Yeah?
Dude, the worst. It was the most, it was like half an hour in between fights and just, there was commercials.
No. All right, there's the money. That's what the ad dollars based on views. Dude. The ad dollars based on views. Yeah.
It was fucking commercials. You believe that?
That's insane.
So I'll never watch. Fuck Netflix. I don't even give a fuck if you guys bring Chad Mendez back and fucking make him fight fucking Eddie Alvarez or some shit. Because I'm not gonna watch it anymore because of the commercials. I forgot about the commercials.
Yeah,
I pay for Netflix with no commercials. How the fuck are they gonna give me an event with commercials?
It's a live stream. They might be able to switch it up based on contracts.
It's in the contract.
It's exactly what it's in the contract.
Fucking contracts.
Yeah.
These things are fucking bulletproof.
Yo, I'm telling you, they are, man. I'm telling you.
They do be fucking 360 motherfuckers, though. You're right.
Yo.
They do be 360.
Bro.
As much as I would not like to, that doesn't help my argument, they do be doing shit like that. Was like, whoa. You're wearing Wrangler jeans?
Yeah.
I'm allowed to wear Wrangler jeans on Tuesdays?
Yeah, bro.
It's in the fucking contract.
Yeah, hold that monster can, bitch.
I'm a commentator. It doesn't fucking matter.
Don't matter, bro.
You don't wear Wrangler jeans on Tuesdays around here.
You don't see these guys. Guys be beat the fuck up and they're like, put the shirt on. And he's like, puts the shirt on.
Why
do you
think he puts that shit on so quick?
Puts the shirt on. He's like, and they're like, damn, I hate this. They're like, hold this empty can. And he's like, just holding a can.
So stupid.
Oh, man. But all right. That's it. Messing Up Podcast, episode 299. Make sure you guys tune in next week for episode 300. And yeah, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys get down with us every single week and hit the notification bell so that you never miss a single live stream or video. And Berto's got a lot going on.
Join the Discord. Come hang out with us. A lot of things to talk about. And if we're not on your obscure podcast listening platform, reach out to us on Discord and let us know, and we'll add the podcast.
And we'll add it.